Well, we just got to lead with the biggest one, which is Michael Penix being taken by the Atlanta Falcons,
Crazy. Yeah.
especially after the Falcons just went through all of the stuff they went through to get Kirk Cousins and their
Absolutely.
possible penalties that may be coming from that. Like,
Mm.
it's crazy that they took somebody like that and they didn't get an edge guy or somebody or even an OT or something. Like, I'm sure our friend Handy was, well, I know our friend Handy was like, what?
Right.
What?
Right. Right.
Like,
And you-
I mean, as somebody said, like, Cousins has got a good 3, 4 years on it. So he's not going to be playing anytime soon. And he's going to be like, Penix will be 29 or 30 years old before he even gets the ball. So,
right. And
like, get wanting a backup.
it's
But
so early. So early.
in the first round,
Yeah.
okay. I'll let you
Yeah.
say
Oh yeah.
your thoughts on this.
Oh yeah. Oh no no. I'm gonna definitely give mine. We got to sit there. That because that's my shocker. That's one of the things that absolutely just to me is so I'm not opposed to them getting a backup quarterback. You and I have talked about
Agree.
it at
Yep.
length. Every team, every great team needs a good backup quarterback, somebody to come in. But to your point, like the ink on on Kirk Cousins' contract isn't even dry yet, and you're
Right.
gonna
Yeah.
bring in this guy, like one of the top quarterbacks in the upcoming draft. Much, never mind the fact that in the first 12 picks, we had 6 quarterbacks taken. That lets us know kind of where the NFL is on these guys. But for me, using your 8th pick overall to get him when you already have a guy in house, it just does not. You have other needs. You have other things that you need to take care of. And on top of that, you could have gone a couple rounds without getting a backup quarterback at the time. Now, if Penix was your guy, I get it. Go with what your guy. You're gonna take him. We look last year. Jahmyr Gibbs got picked up by the Lions in like the first 15 picks, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's crazy." But in hindsight, we found out other teams were actually interested in him. So we don't know if other teams were like, "We're gonna go get Penix if we have the shot," and they just wanted to kind of block and get him or whatever. But to
I
me,
don't think so. I really
right.
don't
So
think so.
so to
I
me,
think he would have been there in the second round.
I think so too. I honestly think that pushed y'all to do what y'all did, getting Bo Nix as early as you did. I just think it was really.
No.
You don't think? I mean, because I don't think Bo goes that. You think Bo would go that early?
It's 6 where Penix was at?
No, no,
No.
no, 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 because he went at 12.
Right.
Yeah, but I think the reason why he went at 12 or went in the first round because I looked at Penix and I looked at Bo Nix as both early second round quarterbacks. So when they got picked in the top 12 picks, for me, especially with the Atlanta situation, a lot more than your situation, it was extremely surprising to me because you could have gotten a tackle. You could have
They could
gotten
have gotten Dallas Turner.
right.
They would
You
have
could
had
have gotten
Dallas Turner. Yeah, like,
or you could
there's
have
your
gotten
edge.
well right, but you also could have gotten your new quarterback, a one of the 3 best wide receivers in the draft. You got Romo Dunze out of Washington, who is arguably one of the best 2, if not arguably the best, coming out of the draft, and you totally bypass on him. With you already have it just does not matter because it doesn't make sense because both of those guys cannot play right away. So essentially, you're saying we like what you got, but we need you to sit for a while, even though all these other teams want you, and we're going to stick with this guy. But here's the other thing, Tina. Both of those guys have had injury issues. One is just coming off the injury, the Achilles tear, and then the other guy has had each shoulder messed up. I think he got an ACL on each knee, or no, on the same knee, if I'm not mistaken. The injury issues with the 2 quarterbacks you have, it's just like you gave these guys all this money, you spent all this capital to get this guy, and now it's just like these guys, you don't even know if they're gonna be healthy. It it just baffles me. It baffles me that Atlanta did that, man. But what do you think? Because that shocks me completely.
I mean, we can talk more about why I think Bo Nix is a little different than Penix when we talk about our teams and everything. But the Penix situation is like they could have gotten Dallas Turner. They could have gotten Bowers. There's any of, like you said, Roman Odunze, all these other guys. They could have picked up another OT. Instead, they decided to go for a guy, like I said, that they're not going to. He's not going to play for 3 or 4 years unless they know something we don't know about Kirk Cousins, and they think he'll be gone in a year or two.
That's the
That
other part.
or if Cousins gets suspended for a few games because of the
Ooh.
situation with the talking during the
Tampering,
I forget
yeah.
what during the illegal tampering time.
Right.
So who knows? Who
Huh.
knows why they decided to do what they do? That's just just something popped in my head. Like maybe they know
That's a
something we
point.
don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
Or they were. Oh, I don't even think Handy could explain why they did
No,
this.
no, no. I
Like
do
there's
know my buddy Will was saying there's only 2 years, I believe, they're guaranteed on the contract. Like
correct.
so
Yes.
after 2 years they can go. So which in reality, that could be a good thing. You have him sit for a year or two. You have him learn under a quality NFL quarterback. You know what I mean? He learns the ropes.
Yeah.
He gets all this stuff going. My issue does come about where you talk about they didn't tell Kirk that this was. They said we're looking for a QB in the future for the draft, but they didn't tell him you're getting this pick this early. So the second time in his career, he found out that he's either being replaced or somebody is nipping his heels without. He found out after the fact because it's happened in Washington with Alex Smith. We signed Alex Smith, didn't even tell Kirk, and then we just let him go. So
well, first of all, I will say I think there's a big difference between Alex Smith and Penix. First of all, let me say that. But 2, I mean, how old is Kirk Cousins now? What, like 34, 35?
I think maybe 33, 34. Maybe I got to check that.
He's going to be getting at the age that he probably might want to retire. He's already got his millions. Now he could decide he doesn't. And then the Falcons have just made this a very difficult situation because he may not want to negotiate with them to stay because now he knows Penix is behind him and he's got a couple of years. So hopefully, in my mind, I'm hoping Kirk does the right thing, which is train him. Like bring him under your wing, teach him how to do this stuff, et cetera, and he doesn't play the Brady or Aaron card of I'm not training my replacement. You deal with it.
Oh yeah,
and
with Tannehill from the Titans a couple of years when Malik Willis was there, where he said it's not my job to train this guy to take my job. You know what I mean?
You know what? They're right. It's not their job to do that. However, you can score points with those guys. Now, the difference between a Peyton Manning saying, hey, come to my academy during the offseason and I'll teach you how to quarterback, and Tannehill training someone is very different. Or a Brady or an Aaron Rodgers.
Right. Very true.
I get the point.
True. So yeah.